And it seems like his footsies are dramatically worse in this game than they have been in previous Street Fighter games. Now, the thing is, I could be wrong. We could be way early in. But me playing him all day yesterday, how is it that there's certain characters who just walk right up and just mash the same button? And the only way that I can stop them is either drive impact, which is not safe, or a Hail Mary reversal move that's not good. You don't want to be doing Hail Mary reversals because if they get blocked or defended against or red, you get a giant punish and then you're hurt. So you don't want that. You want to be able to do something that's safe from mid-range that has high priority. I don't think Guile has that. He does have a few meaties. He does have a few moves that are mid-range. But for the most part, I'm seeing people who literally just walk up and are mashing certain buttons can counter hit and or trade with everything Guile has to offer. That's not good. That basically means he's always at a major disadvantage because here's the thing. If Guile is attacking you mid-range and he hits you, most he can maybe do is a sonic boom. Maybe he could dash cancel in and try to get a better combo. But what I'm seeing with a lot of these characters is, oh my god, I do one mid-range punch. Oh, hit confirm, meaning they see it hit. Giant combo. Like Luke. Oh my god. Luke has like a hit confirm chain into his special move. Super cancel into his super. It's like 40% damage. And all he did was mash medium punch. He didn't try anything timed. He just walked up and just kept pressing medium punch. Like, that's not cool. If I was Ryu's normals trade or beat the normals of these newer characters so they can't just do that and abuse it. So it is frustrating. You know, and again, with Guile, he's a charge character. If you lose your charge at any point during the match, he's at a major disadvantage. That's bad, because I've been playing this game, and as you know, I call out bullshit when I see it. A lot of the times yesterday playing with Guile, all of a sudden mid-match, I can't get a move. No sonic boom. I get a punch instead. Do the level 3 anti-air super. Standing roundhouse. Like, oh. Now, is it somewhat me? Of course it is. I'm 40 years old. I've been playing competitive Street Fighter for a very long time. I'm somewhat rusty until I consistently start playing fighting games again. I can always say that a factor, an attribute here is going to be on me, okay? Absolutely. At the very same time, some people are like, oh, is it your joystick? Well, my joystick is brand new. It's the Hori Fighting Stick Alpha for Xbox. Someone bought it for me as a Christmas present last year. So, it's only a year old, and how many times did I really use this over the course of 2022? Maybe for one, or maybe I'd say maybe 2 or 3 major sessions of offline gameplay of the Capcom Fighting Collection, and that's it, just this beta. So, this is a brand new joystick. No, it's definitely not the stick having issues. So that leads it to be either input, user input error, which I would say, yeah, it's going to be me sometimes. But I'm also going to say it's the online play of the game. Now, here's the thing. Here's something you guys may not have noticed, or maybe you did. This game is crossplay. Completely crossplay. Meaning, if you're playing it on PS5 or the Xbox Series S or X or PC, you can play opponents across platforms. What you may not have noticed is that the vast majority of people that I'm playing with higher ranks, platinum ranks like me, are all playing on PC. Do you know why? Because PC has the least amount of the least amount of input drops, the least amount of frame delay, and the least amount of input delay. So basically the PC version is far superior to consoles, and always has been. Alright? And I'll be honest, I do kind of feel at this point there may be an unfair advantage, because there's situations I'm playing where there's someone who is completely overwhelming me with well-timed moves, and I'm like, how the hell are they timing it that well? I try to time it, and my moves are delayed. I feel that, yes, we're in a situation where the PC versions of fighting games have become far superior, and if you've been following along the community, which I don't know if you guys have or not, there has been a major movement in the last 4 to 5 years to try to bring fighting games to PC. Only because why? People wanted to start playing them more competitively online, especially during COVID, and they found out that the console versions have a lot of input issues, a lot of delay. So a lot of people have said, here's how you do it on PC, and here's how you drop the input delay or whatever, and a lot of people have adopted this. So the vast majority of people who seem like they're going to be playing this online in a competitive way are going to have an advantage if they're playing on PC, and I don't see how that's fair, honestly. that could be a huge problem. That seriously could be a huge problem. Some people, of course, are going to say, oh, well, you're just over-exaggerating. Today, as I play with Ryu and Guile, because we're going to talk about that in a moment, who I'm using, they're both ranked platinum. I challenge you to count how many people I play that it says cross-platform, which means I'm playing a PC player, versus me playing a console player. I challenge you to count. I would guarantee you that at the platinum rank, the vast majority of players are playing on PC because they're taking the game seriously and they're trying to learn, and they've all gone out of their way to try to prepare for the competitive nature of this game. The casual play of this game is going to go away. Console players are going to be left in the dust, it feels like to me. Okay, I'm being honest. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating. But I've been following along. Guys like Arturo Sanchez have been a humongous proponent of exclusively playing fighting games on PC. And he's had all these setups and things he's been using and showing everyone how the input delay is dramatically reduced. And then when you play on console, how it's a completely different online experience. And you should be playing on PC. So it's almost as if these games are going to be cross-platform, you're creating almost an elitist situation where if someone doesn't have some kind of a high-end gaming PC to play these on, they're going to always be at a disadvantage if they're playing online. That's not good. Like I played one or two guys yesterday, literally instant reaction to everything I did. Instant. Like, now how the fuck are they instantly reacting? You're playing online. I've never played a fighting game where you can instantly react to anything online, but they're doing it. So either that means they're monstrously guessing, and every guess is perfect, or they have an advantage. It's one or the other. So, I don't know what to do here. Now, is there the ability to turn off crossplay? Yes. Should I do that in the beta? No. If I do that in the beta, we'll probably have way less players. Like, realistically, how many people are playing this on an Xbox console versus PC or PS5? Well, last console gen, Street Fighter V, wasn't even on Xbox. So the vast majority of players who are console players are probably playing on PS5. The rest of the pro players are playing on PC. I would probably be dramatically shrinking my player pool and probably playing with like 1/4 of the amount of players if I do just Xbox. So likely, I'm just going to leave it on for now. But I'm curious, in the final retail release that comes out in June, will it be as bad of a problem? And if it is, should I disable it? I do feel an unfair advantage at this point. How are they reacting? So how are they literally seeing what I'm doing and immediately doing the thing to counter it every time? It would be something if like they guessed right 3 times in a row. There was one Jamie player who literally did the right thing 10 times in a row. And I wasn't just doing the same move over and over. It wasn't like I was being predictable. It was just here we go, read, yeah, boom, 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 counter, like Jesus, So, I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll probably just let it ride today, and if we're having a lot of issues with it, maybe I will turn off crossplay just as an experiment and see what happens. But yeah, I'm very curious moving forward. Will this be a giant factor in online competitive play of fighting games? Right? If every pro player, if every player who's at platinum or higher ranking in a game is going to take it so seriously that now they all have high-end gaming PCs to play them, does that mean that's the end of console competition? Is it going to be consoles or just a bunch of dead air or a bunch of lower-level scrubbish people playing because everyone who's good went to PC? I don't know. That would be pretty disappointing for me. Again, at the formative years of online play of console fighting games, playing games like Street Fighter 3, Third Strike Online, and then moving into, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix, Street Fighter 4 and its versions, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Ultimate MVC 3, and all those other games and the like at that we're talking over 10 years ago. But still, at that point, at least everyone was kind of on the same playing field. Everyone had to deal with the lag. Everyone had to deal with the nonsense. How is it fair if one person doesn't deal with it and the other one has it? Like, what the hell? That is sadly the fallbacks of crossplay. We also see it with Call of Duty, where people on PC are mouse and keyboard, no input lag, and they're jumping and spinning in midair and instantly shooting you from behind while you can't even turn to aim for them if they're running past you because aim assist is so shitty and wonky on console. It's a problem. And I think eventually we're going to have to start discussing it. I understand how crossplay adds to a better online experience when it comes to the player pool. But if the vast majority of the player pool has advantages over you, why do you care? Right? Right? That's like saying, so I want to play softball. Okay? But there's not that many players playing softball in my neighborhood. So then I go out to the world to play softball, and there's tons more players. Oh, by the way, they all have longer bats. But you can't have the longer bat. Only they get the longer bat. So when they swing at the ball, they always hit it, and you can't. Wait, so I got more people to play against, but they always kick my ass because they have longer bats. How's that fair? Right? But you can't have the longer bat. You're stuck with the shorter bat. Right? Huh? That doesn't make sense. So, we'll see. But, yeah. So anyway, what is my mentality going into my third and final day of the Street Fighter